Okay, so guys, we're here with Marc Pastor and Marc Fontanet. Marc Fun.
Marc Fan.
You can know Marc from our previous podcast where he was talking a lot. We're at Premier Padel Rotterdam, and we found time to have an interview with them to talk about more stuff about padel. So
about the role in the organization, because we know Marc Fun, obviously. Marc Pastor, welcome to this setting, and also to you, Marc.
Thank you very much.
Maybe it's good for you guys because we already talked to Marc Fun. Actually, I have to say, I'm going to just say Fun and Marc, okay?
Perfect.
That's very easy.
They're both named Marc, which is very confusing sometimes.
Yeah. But maybe Marc, for you, if you can tell a little bit about your role in the organization and what you do.
Yeah, so for me, working for the Brussels Premier Padel is my third year. The first year, let's say, I was working for the World Padel Tour, and after that is my second year for the Premier Padel here in Brussels. And I'm in charge of the trainings, so we're in contact with all the players from the number one of the world until the last one of the list, let's say, that's coming to Brussels to play the tournament. And we're organizing all the trainings because at the end, it's not easy to organize, to fix all the trainings because they have special schedule to fill up all the trainings. We have a team. I have a team with other two guys that are helping me to organize the trainings together with them, and this is what we do.
Well, maybe it's good to mention that Marc is responsible for Premier Padel Brussels. What's he selling now? And Fun is
Rotterdam.
Connected to Rotterdam, right?
Exactly.
That's good
so,
to know.
but just you said special training. It sounds like more like a puzzle. What do you mean with like fitting in?
Special trainings is because sometimes, depending on the course that we have, sometimes they can train 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Okay. Sometimes they need all the court for a team of two players, or sometimes we can split the court. And let's say we put two girls in half court and the other two guys in the other part of the court.
Who do you negotiate with? Is it with the trainer or with the player themselves?
Most of the time is with the coach.
Okay.
Because I think this sport is being more professional. So we are in contact with the trainer. Before we were in contact with the player. He was asking us, "Hey guys, when is the court available? When we can train?"
Shortcuts.
But now the academies are also growing.
Yeah.
So the coaches are arranging the schedule of all the players at the moment.
The thing is, they have a lot of players in the same academy. So instead of each player texting us, it's directly the coach who's coming to the tournament, trying to make the work easy for us.
Yeah. More effective.
And exactly.
Yeah.
And it's easier for us to contact also because sometimes the players, they are with the phone and then they are training or something, but the coach is always there. So
what Marc is telling about his responsibilities and jobs for Brussels, does that sound similar for you here in Rotterdam?
Yeah, well, at the end, we know each other for a very long time.
You are best friends, right?
Yeah,
let's say we are friends.
Something like this. No, of course.
I heard this rumor yesterday. You were wearing the same clothes.
That's true.
Is that like
we didn't talk to each other?
Is it like a hidden connection which is always there between you guys?
We know each other very well.
How long have you been knowing each other?
Yeah, we started university together. So one a really good friend of mine, and then this guy was also a friend of him, and then we met all together in the university. And since the first moment, we had such a great connection.
So it's like a real bromance.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
That's true.
Back to the responsibilities of Premier.
Sorry, Sven. I was just chit-chatting a little bit.
When he started doing the World Padel Tour first, and then the Premier Padel, I thought myself, okay, it could be maybe a good idea for me to do the same in Rotterdam. So the previous year, Eric De Lange was the director of the Premier, and we had a meeting in the summit in Malaga and then we set a little bit the details for the role, and it was more or less the same as Marc. We also here in Rotterdam, I need to together with Daniel, my colleague, we are arranging also tickets for the players and all the invites and. At the end, everything they need in the event for the players, it's really easy to communicate with us because we are Spanish.
So you're mostly a player manager,
if you give it a title. In the event. Then you have from Premier, they have different.
It's very funny in the meantime because people are walking by here and they're watching like, who are those guys sitting there under Decathlon Premier Padel Rotterdam P1? But I mean, we're the PadelBros and Marc.
Okay, but back to what I'm interested in is that the players which I talked to, I think you mean Daniel van Dijk? Yeah. So we asked Daniel because what interested me was that a lot of these players, they come here, we don't see them around. Maybe they go watch on a court or something like that. I remember I was sitting at a match and Tino Libak was sitting in front of me. It was like crazy. But these players, how do they warm up? Because that comes back to the training part because you have to schedule it. So
and it's not easy to schedule these trainings because it depends when they have to play, when they have the competition. They have priority, So we need to see who's playing before, and we are giving priority to the players that are playing, let's say, before than the others or earlier than the others. So you need to see, or you need to pay attention to the main draw and also to the order of
play. Because at the end, you have trainings and then you have warm-ups. And you need to give the privilege to the warm-ups, but normally warm-up it's only 15 minutes. But if the match, for example, it's supposed to be on 2 sets, but then at the end it's 3 sets, the players, they want to warm up after. And if it's at the same time as a training, so as you said before, it's a little bit like a puzzle that we need to fix all the trainings, and at the end, players, when they are coming, especially main draw players, they want everything settled.
Is there a difference between Rotterdam and Brussels with trainings? Because we were in Madrid 4 weeks ago and they were telling us over there that like the qualies and everything were done somewhere outside and there was only one.
It depends on the venue,
Right.
It depends of the venue, of the promoter. I don't know how many courts they had for trainings. We had 4 or 5 courts each day, so makes the things easier for me and for my team to organize the trainings. If you only have 1 or 2 courts for trainings, imagine you have a lot of players, so it's not easy to fit them on the court. Bigger and very
a lot of players to fill in only in 2 courts together with warm-ups. It's
not only booking the court for the trainings. So at the end, you have many players asking for their own benefit, because they want to train.
They have their own rituals too, right?
That's it. So
and they don't want to train at 2 o'clock in the midday because it's a Spanish lunchtime. So they all want to train in between 10:30 and 1:30, and then from 6 till 8:30.
But like in Rotterdam, where do they train? Just because everything is like at the same place.
Exactly.
Do they train at court 1 and court 2, and how do you?
Normally, depending on as Marc said, depending on the venue. Here, luckily, we have everything on the same place. So we have main court here behind us, and then you have on hall 1, we have 3 tournament courts, which the ground, let's say underneath the padel court, we have a wooden ground, which is the ground they play in the tournament. And after we have 6 courts on the participation, so where people can book or companies arranging some clinics. And that's nice, but whenever there's a lot of people there, it's difficult for me to get courts for trainings. So as soon as they are empty, then I can use it. Then I'm a little bit more relieved about the trainings I can fix.
It's what he's saying, because sometimes we have activations or collaboration with brands, Red Bull or other brands that are being part of the event. So at this time, you cannot book the court for trainings because they are organizing something, So you need to play with this kind of things.
Seems like a challenge to find balance between the one way, the companies who want to organize things. On the other hand, you're here for the players and you want to make them prepare as best as possible.
It's not difficult, but you have to be organized for 10 days, because we have to. We start working 1 week before, let's say, or 7 days before. So you have to be organized and pay attention, and I don't know how many hours we are spending on our phone during these 10 days.
I see you on your phone.
Especially the first days, like for us, we start enjoying the tournament at, let's say, on Thursday, the second Thursday.
Quarterfinals.
Exactly. As from quarterfinals, we are more relaxed, but at the beginning, with all the quali players.
More players, more matches.
I love it before that. Quali, first round of the main draw.
Crazy.
It's a fucking
a lot of players.
I remember when we walked in the first time, I said, "Hey, Marc," and he was like,
luckily, he's always on the phone.
He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy.
Luckily, I have a phone of the organization, because if I need to do it with my private one, I would turn crazy.
I'm doing it with my private one, but I block all my friends, all my contacts, everyone. It's only this week. It's only for the players, only for the Premier, and that's it.
I open, let's say, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I open my laptop at 8 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes I'm closing it over 12 o'clock in the night.
Okay, but now an interesting question, because this sounds all very busy and disturbing. So why?
We love it. We like this sport since we were kids. We love playing paddle on the court, and these guys, when they're texting you, when you can be in contact with them, it's also a dream. We love our job.
Does it feel like working?
No, honestly, I don't feel that I'm working. Sometimes I can be a bit stressed during this week, but I mean, for us, it's a pleasure to work with these kind of players, to be in touch with them, and
I mean, I can imagine, because when I'm sitting on the stands watching them, like, you know, like a little boy, whoa, there they are. Yeah. You are like in direct contact with them. I mean,
you're next to them.
It's amazing.
And they are really humans.
Because
at the end, they are nice to you. Of course, if you your job great, if you don't do it great, maybe they are not that nice.
No.
But normally they are nice, and you can feel that they are such normal guys like you. Yeah. For example, I have to mention it, but Edu Alonso, such a nice guy, really fun guy, friendly.
Tell him about Edu, because it was funny.
I mean, the thing is, we as normal people, I would say, we're on the stands. We see them maybe from some distance. So the closer you get, the more real it's gonna be.
True.
And we were walking here, and I was walking outside, and all of a sudden you see Edu Alonso with his bag going to the hotel, because that's across the street. Really nice, actually. And I said, "Hey, Edu," and it was like, it was like a small talk and about his new record.
Really nice.
And he's so nice. He looks so happy. But I mean, I get that, because we had a podcast with Erik, and Erik said that the feedback people always get from the players back to Rotterdam or the Netherlands is that everything is so good organized. It's so well organized. Like the hotel across.
Exactly. That's really nice for the
nice.
players.
You're
Because
completely
at the end, the first year they did the Premier, they asked, "Hey Marc, what do you think? We need to place a hotel in the city center just in case they want to watch the city, or next to the venue?" I was like, 100% next to the venue, because at the end, players, they are for so many weeks. They're gonna start tomorrow. Yeah. Tomorrow, they start P1 Milano.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
tomorrow.
they are Milano. They are starting tomorrow. We have friends on the quali that they are playing tomorrow.
Yeah.
But they played here last weekend.
So I was walking with, and I wasn't walking with him, but I saw Mike Young was
walking here.
The whole one was empty, and only he was there, and he was ordering an ice cream, and it was after his game. And
the acai bowl.
Yeah.
Really famous in between the players. Yeah, you will love it.
It's nice.
€11.50. Anyway, so during the match he was like getting to his leg, I thought his hamstring. So I went to him and I said, "Okay,
what was happening?
I've got 2 questions. Can you make a photograph with me? And are you fit?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm okay, but I'm so tired. So many tournaments, because it's every week. It's the same.
It's almost the end of the season.
I mean, they must be exhausted, right? I mean, not only physically but also mentally.
It looks fun, but at the end it's so exhausting. I mean,
It's
they're
pressure also.
traveling every week.
Yeah.
They are going from Brussels to Rotterdam, from Rotterdam to, I mean, it's an example, but
Yeah.
they are always traveling, they are always playing, and they are always losing, most of them. So it's not easy to come back
It's
to the
very good
court.
you mentioned that, because most people actually lose every time, or I mean, almost.
Or you can win few matches, but at the end, instead of the winner of the tournament, all of them are losing.
Yeah, that's why I think it's so difficult to always stay the best and win all the time, because for us it's like, well, of course they win because they're the best, but they have to perform all the time because everybody is expecting it to.
Exactly.
Right?
From one tournament to the next tournament, they also have to train.
Yeah.
So maybe if they lost yesterday, now they are going to Spain. They train for 1-2 days, boom, and they go to Milan.
Well, we were in Madrid, Augsburger and Dineno, they won, and the next tournament was Paris.
Yeah.
And they lost against Gonzalo Alfonso and Sanyo, and he
Really
also.
good, yeah.
But depending on the conditions of the court.
Exactly, yeah.
But you get to imagine now they are going from Rotterdam to Milano, so they can go home. But if they are going to South America, for example, they don't fly back home and then they go again over there. So they stay for 3-4 weeks away.
Yeah, when they're going
and it's
far from
mentally, it's tough, and especially if you're losing, because you lose first round of the quali, you lose on Sunday, and you need to wait until next Sunday. Where? In the country you are, or on the one you're going to play the tournament, but you will train there, it's okay. But it's also really tough.
And what about the organization? Because last year I was here, and then I think the other, maybe some people wouldn't know, but the other hall, it was open. It wasn't this hall, I think, last year.
It was, we were on center court, and then it was hall 6 at the end with 4 playing courts. Because center court was as from Thursday or Wednesday night, I don't remember. And then we had hall 2 for the VIP. And then hall 3 for the trainings and participation. But now it's everything settled on the center court, and then hall 1. Hall 1 is the biggest.
There's one hall
and
less.
we place everything there. And it's really close, which is nice, because otherwise last year I was doing an average of 24,000 steps a day.
Really?
Yeah. So quite a lot. Normally,
You need a step. We need a sponsor
but
with
look at the
e-step.
difference. Normally,
Say for the next
on
year
my-
they can.
I saw one
charge.
guy on a step. by the
Segway.
way. Yeah, really.
I need to arrange one for next year.
maybe
for
we'll
sure.
You need a helmet,
That
huh?
wasn't him.
But for
He
example,
needs his
with,
license first.
with Marc, we are padel coaches. He's in Brussels, I'm here, but we used to live both here. And we like our job, but also we studied sports management. So, and we met there. So I think we are meant to do this kind of job. We like to be on court, but sometimes to step out of the court and trying to do another role, let's say linked to padel or sport in general, it's really nice.
Yeah.
So at the end, our future maybe is not 100% related to the court. Also outside the court, this is why it's nice for us to get some experience because
Yeah, exactly.
I would say we are still quite young. We are 25, 26.
Okay, now
25.
honestly. Really?
No, I'm 25 and he's 26, but we
Same
are from
year,
the same
same
year,
year,
but I'm from
but-
December,
My
so.
goodness.
He's from the.
But it's nice to
guys
get
are so
into
young.
this world, let's say, out of the court and try to do it more in a management way, or any other way.
So it's like also investing in the future. I mean,
Of course.
There will be a day when you
As
maybe
we said
play less.
before, I mean, this sport is growing up.
It's still.
It's growing everywhere in
Yeah.
the world. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, we know some countries where there are paddle clubs open 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
So this is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
So what about? Might be a question that is always going back to like a feedback or so. What is something you guys think or want like differently? It could be venue, it could be players, it could be whatever. Is there something, because you're always looking for improvement? And I think, for instance, I think it's already very much of value that someone comes to you, Marc, and says, hey, where should we do the hotel for the players, in the city or next to the venue? And you say, hey, to the venue because this and this. Is there something like that?
Yeah,
or?
of course. Every event you do on the same city, there's always room for improvement. So we did such a great event last year. Now this year, John Valotum is involved as a tournament director, and it's going also really good, the tournament, but there's always, probably next year we will do it even better. And at the end, this is the goal. So especially for the players, and some of them, and of course, it's really understandable that you are 1 week here, there, they are also stressed. And some of them, they are mentally struggling more than physically, because we have the injuries, and when you twist your ankle, then you cannot play, but when you are not fit mentally, it's really tough. So this is why we truly think that together with Premier Padel, because at the end we are hired by the promoter, not by Premier. It's important to try to follow the same path as Premier, because at the end, if you make all the settings the same for each tournament, players can get used to, can relax more. Because if you do it here on one way, and then you go to Argentina and you do another way, and then you go to Riyadh and you do another way, for a player, it's also really stressful about, okay, that tournament was really nice and now it's
totally different. Yeah.
Exactly.
So is there something you noticed? Because diving into that point, have you been to different Premier Padels behind the scenes and see, hey guys, I see you guys doing this and this and this, I can apply this to Premier Padel Rotterdam, Brussels, something like that?
It depends, because at the end, each tournament, each promoter is organizing the tournament following the rules of the Premier Padel, but every city or every venue is different. So sometimes it's true that maybe we can see a few things there that the hotel has to be near to the club, or if you don't use a big infrastructure for the tournament, it's always better. I mean, for example, I love it here in the Netherlands because the hotel is super close to the venue, so they can go walking. In Brazil, it's the same. We have a big transfer for a big bus for the players, and they can go from the hotel to the club, and they can be there in 5 minutes. But I heard crazy stories that sometimes they were going from the hotel to the venue, and they took, let's say, 45 minutes. So this is impossible, because if they have to train, come back.
Exactly.
So you centralize the players. That's more or less.
Oh, you need to try to make it as simple as possible. Because most of them, they are so many weeks away that what they do is, okay, I lose now in the morning. What's the first flight I can take back home? Not just to train, to see families, to do stuff with your friends, because at the end, professional life, as on every sport, is really sacrificed. So of course, everyone sees Tapia. Wow, Tapia, I want to be like Tapia. Well, okay, but the pressure Tapia has, the way Tapia trains, the amount of weeks Tapia is away. Tapia is Argentinian and he's based in Barcelona, so he is away from the family also. So I think it's not an easy process for the player also. And it's true that depending on the tournament, because we have P2, P1, and then the majors. Of course, if you go to Roland Garros, to Paris, for the major, you see the facilities there. And it's
crazy.
It's
You
a
cannot
dream.
compare it.
Yeah?
I mean,
I played tennis when I was young, so my dream was to play in Roland Garros like Rafa Nadal. And I've been there, and it's massive. And of course, the facilities are there always.
Everything is there.
Everything's just bigger, or like the...
No, it's like the tennis tournament, but they turn it into padel courts.
and they have many employees. Everything is prepared because they have many experience. They worked with tennis before.
Yeah.
Well, they're still working with
So
tennis.
they know how it works. They know how to organize such
And
a
of
big...
course, if it's a major, they are, let's say, Premier Padel expects from the promoter of that major to make such a great event. So, for example, Brussels is P2 and Rotterdam is P1, and there are some difference on the tournaments. The amount of courts, the prize money you get.
That's because how would you want to be P1 in Brussels?
We would love to be P1, and I think that we are more than ready to be P1.
What do you need for it?
The facilities, the prize money, it's bigger, let's say. But for example, in our case that we are organizing the P2, we are ready to be a P1. I'm sure that in the future we will be.
Would be cool.
P1, but if you come to Brazil, that you have to come next year.
We will.
We will invite you. But I don't know, the organization is more than ready. The team that we have, it's super nice. The venue, it's crazy, and the course, the club is next to the venue.
And the environment.
I must say, when I look,
I
look at the matches, at the venue,
Yeah.
I only see it on Instagram because I wasn't there, but it feels like everybody is so close.
Yeah.
It's really good vibe.
We are ready to be P1, and I would love to.
Well, we will light a
to
candle
P1.
for you, just to let you become
Thank you
P1.
very much.
So
Let's cross the fingers. Let's cross the fingers.
We are also lucky because we are organizing it's our second year that we are organizing the P2 in Brazil, and we got all the best paddle players of the world came to our tournament.
Yeah.
So
that also
something
says
too.
something, yeah.
you know, it's a P2, so some of them can skip, but luckily, I think because all the organization is doing a really good job, they came to our tournament, and it is so grateful.
I think probably next year we can try to do the qualies for P2
Yeah,
Brussels.
we'll do the qualies.
Let me
But
play
I-
wild cards or
Yeah,
something.
for 50 plus.
I want to
because,
play with phone, I'll do it.
I will just
But
play
then you
alone.
need to play on the right.
Yeah, but it's okay. I just have to
You can handle it. You can
push the
handle
ball
it.
back.
We
It's
will
okay.
get ready to the
Marc
main
as
draw.
well. With a really good bandeja.
But I do want to say, because I know a lot of people that are watching and listening in on this, they're dying to know, because we are walking here for you guys. Maybe it's you've already done this a couple of times for many years. We walk in here, the players, and that's why what you said, the players are human. They are inhuman when they are on the court, but here they are just normal people like us.
Going to the toilet.
How is it for you guys? Because I know when you started playing paddle, you started looking into top players and players who you look up to, and so how is that for you guys to be literally in contact with those people, and how are they?
Some
Look
of
at
them,
their faces.
For us, they are not for us. They are not humans. You know
They're
what
like
I mean?
Marvel superheroes.
Yeah, they are superheroes.
It's quite shocking at the beginning, because it's like, okay,
Sweaty
this
hands,
guy is here, but then when you have a small conversation with the guy and this player, normally more with the top players, we know a lot from the quali, we have friends in the tour.
Yeah.
But with the top players, the first time you see them, I was a little bit shocked, like, whoa,
Even you.
he's here.
Yeah.
But after, when
It's
you
him.
get to know them, it's what I said, they are just normal people, and a lot of them, they are just new talents, and they are just 18, 17 years old.
Yeah.
Now, Martina Calvo is playing, and she's 16 years
She's
old.
amazing.
She's a
Crazy.
kid
She is
still.
amazing.
She's
And she's a
I can't
crazy
believe
good
what I'm
player.
seeing.
Yeah, but like,
It's actually the same with you. I knew you from I knew social media, and then we were in contact, and I was like, oh, it's Marc.
yeah.
And
So-
imagine, and I'm no one.
Imagine
But for us.
how no one I am then. But that's the thing. People are just sitting there like, whoa. And you,
So we still feel nervous, honestly.
Yeah.
When I'm in front of Tapia, is he gonna say hello to me
Yeah,
or
yeah,
not?
yeah. Does he
And you have
recognize
to
you
arrange the
maybe?
trainings and everything for them, but
You don't want to be
Or-
annoying also with
No,
the
no,
players.
yeah.
Because sometimes if they are not in the perfect mood because or either they have something or they
Stress,
just lost
yeah.
a match, or they have a lot of emotions, and let's say they are playing for money, points, sponsors, everything
Yeah.
is really
Well,
tight.
it's
So
their
you need
future.
to identify the moment to how to treat them and talk to them and which way you're going to talk to them.
But do all the players have like different ways how to deal with them? Because I know when some people lose, you have to just leave them for half an hour. Some are like, well, it's okay. They all are different, right?
I prefer to leave them for half an hour or 1 hour.
They'll come to you.
And after, if they need something, they will come to us. But at the end, they are working here. They are playing, but it's their work.
Is there like, because I think that's a fun question, is there something that players request beforehand? Or
that was exactly what I wanted to ask.
Like a special thing that just sticks on your mind that you say, oh, I've had one player request this or needs this, or...
Like Beyonce.
I don't think it's, normally it's not anything weird, like a weird question, like I want to have, let's say, the court on this direction because I believe on something. No, it's more about, I want to have everything well arranged. I don't want to arrive there like focused on, okay, I need to train or I need to play, I need to do whatever, and everything is a mess. So it's like, okay, if everything is settled and I can train relaxed,
Well, I think more than enough. What you also mean is like, do they want sparkling iced tea or something special, you know?
Well, they had in some tournaments.
Yerba mate.
All the Argentinian.
Or Lebrón is looking more for Red Bull sometimes, and he prefers Red Bull, but it's not, I mean, no, I don't have any special.
No, there's no special, but for example, with the food, that in some tournaments they had some issues like stomach ache because of the different kind of food and countries. They request for simple food, like rice, some pasta, some chicken, some meat, some fish.
Safe food.
Exactly, safe food, normal food with protein, whatever they need. And they want it ready and warm. Simple. They don't request for, no, I want this specific meal. No, I want to have some rice, some chicken, and with anything else. Because at the end, they need to eat healthy. They are professional players. And nowadays, the sport is being really, really professional. Before, they used to go just the couple to the tournament. And now it's going the couple, the trainer, sometimes the psychologist, physical trainer.
So you can see the top 4 of the world, or even top 8, are coming here with 4 or 5 people in his team. So,
but that's also exactly why it's so important, because I mean the prize money, they have to pay for their staff, right? I mean they're not doing it for free, so they have to make money from themselves. They have to pay.
But you can see how this sport is getting more and more professional than before. So we are playing paddle for more than 10 years. So it's crazy to see the difference, you know, between now and before. So they're getting super professional more than before.
You're playing on the right.
I'm playing on the right.
And he's playing on the left. I see a perfect couple for qualifications next year.
We're on the wrong. We're on the wrong.
Have to switch sides.
He can play left also. Sometimes we change.
I heard it.
I really like to play on the left because I don't know. I feel free. I have more fun. I can run more. I have more space. But honestly, I have to play on the right. On the left, I cannot win many matches.
And something.
Well, I mean, when he does his kick smash.
Well, at the end, I have one strength is the smash, but because if I need to take care of my back and defense, then I will struggle a little bit. But don't tell to my opponents, otherwise I have a tournament next week. So.
I know.
They won't be watching. They won't be watching.
Marc Casals, your bandeja is awesome.
Very good. We have to put Marc Casals in, eh?
Yeah, we do.
Okay. Well, I think that's it for me.
Do you have any questions for us?
Do you have any questions for us?
How is your week going? Did you do many interviews?
Hey, you were here the whole day like us, eh?
Yeah. I mean, I do
you
get.
First.
Yeah. Like I'm tired because I was here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday until now, and the whole day. And when you're here, maybe some days around 9 o'clock and some days around 11, and you know, it's just very tiring at the end. So we enjoy ourselves with a lot of people we know and communicate and stuff. And it's very nice to see behind the scenes. So what's going on behind the screen.
Yeah.
But this is exactly what we mean, because everything is so accessible. You just can, I mean, we now have like the media pass, which is like really cool, but you can go everywhere. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's nice.
And I feel like a little boy, 12 years old, who's like, can I really be here, you know? And that's...
Can I go here or there?
And that was that was yesterday, and not today. I'm like,
you feel home now.
And listen, sometimes we've been to many tournaments and we played some FIPS. But a really important part of those events, and I need to say it because I work together with them a lot, is I think you call in Dutch vrijwilliger,
volunteers.
They are a basic part of every event.
All the people behind the scenes, that's what I always say, they are taken for granted always. But if they're not around, everything goes wrong.
At the end, we are doing the trainings and we are with the Excel sheet putting all the players on the spot. But we need to fill the courts with bottles of water, with Red Bull, with bananas, balls, everything, towels. And thanks to the volunteers, we can do it, because if we need to do it by ourselves, it's impossible.
You cannot organize this event without volunteers.
No, but it's
impossible.
No. That's good. And you see it over here too. I mean, there are so many people walking around with volunteer on their back. Yeah. And like I said, when they are not here, you cannot do your job.
And listen, and I know sometimes for people, and this is for people who look at this video, that they are normally people who are coming to enjoy. Be nice to the volunteers, please, because they are the whole day standing.
Seriously.
It's not simple, and if you can offer them a drink, if they are nice, they will really like it.
Seriously, I like this, because they are most underestimated people in the organization.
We actually know one guy who's volunteering here. We talk to him a lot. He's from our local club. And when we asked him if he was going to Premier Padel Rotterdam this year, he said, yes, I'm going to be a volunteer for, I think, 4 days, he was saying. But the smile on his face when he does that, because he gets to have what we now have, a little bit of insight, part of the organization, and what they get back is a close-up of the players, of the organization, and they get to be a part of the biggest padel event of this year in Rotterdam, or if it's in Belgium, in Brussels. And I think that's very valuable for them.
But you need to consider that some of them, they don't even know about the sport. It's because they just love helping out in the events. And a lot of them, they ask me, hey Marc, how this works and stuff, or we can play a bit padel maybe later, when you are less busy or something, because some of them, they just love to help. And the people who are coming to watch, they are just passionate about sport. I love padel and this and that, but the volunteers sometimes they don't know. So they are a little bit lost sometimes, so it's nice to help them or make their lives or their work easy.
Make them seen. I saw one guy was playing with a ball. He was just bouncing it, and I was saying, well, you should have a racket. That would be my dream, to have a racket. And I was like, whoa, I mean, it's a very small dream. But very easy.
Yeah, very easy to get.
So the only thing you have to do is just get a guy a racket, put him on the court, and
it's like for a kid to take a picture with a pro.
Exactly.
It's only a picture of 3 seconds.
But it's
they will be happy.
I mean,
everything.
We actually just saw Rodrigo Vide, which is for me one of the people on social media I look very much up to. So that's one of the people, you know, when you see him, it's like, oh yeah, he's human, and it's such a dream, you achieved it, and then we ask him a little bit of questions, he's very nice, and etc.
So like shaking hands.
Yeah. But other than that, the last question I will end with is, because we went to Premier Padel Madrid, we're now in Premier Padel Rotterdam, we're going to be next year in Brussels. But what interested me and Wessel a lot was the crowd is a lot, or the culture, I would say, of the crowd is very different. So in Madrid, I mean, Leo Ausburger, obviously, the entire stadium, Leo, Leo, Leo. And here, a little bit more quiet.
When they say it here, they say, they were like, let's go Momo, let's go. And
something like that.
Be quiet.
Yeah, no one shouted, but it's more quiet here. So in your personal opinion, guys, would you say let's go more to that Madrid side, or let's be more like this?
I don't know, maybe...
What do you prefer?
For example, in Belgium, if I talk about Brussels, when the Belgian players were playing in the main draw, all the stadium was super close to the players. Everyone was crazy there. It's true that you also, when you go to Barcelona or Madrid, you feel more crowded, or you feel all the people standing there and supporting the players, and it's different. But here I also feel it, no? I mean, maybe it's not the same.
It's more Northern European, but if you get them, then they go start, I think.
For you, Marc?
I think so.
No, for me, I think an in between is nice, because you really need to respect the moment of the players, but it's also for the players nice to cheer them up, because the level they will show, it will be better. Because if you have the crowd next to you, look at Leo in Madrid. Everyone was shouting and screaming at him, and then he was doing.
I think Javi Leal really liked it here yesterday when he was flying on the court and was doing crazy things.
It also depends on the players as well. I mean, Javi Leal and some of them are shouting, are booming, you know. So
they go in the crowd.
And other ones are like,
it's quiet.
Yeah,
it's true.
Exactly.
Well, okay, guys. Well,
let's finish it off.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you very much
for the interview.
Thank you, Marc. Thank you, Marc.
It looks like a shake in the padel match. Going across.
Yeah.
So I think we'll see you guys soon, and thank you guys for
thanks for your time.
Thank you very much. It was really nice.
We'll see
you soon. Cool guys.